Hello guys, you're welcome once more to nP3. If you're new to this channel, you're highly welcome. Do well to subscribe to the channel and share the link of the channel to some students out there. Alright, so today let's look at this problem. Okay, it's a problem on permutation and combination. So without wasting much of our time, let's get right into the question. It says simplify n permutation 3 divide n combination 2 plus what? N permutation 0. So how do we go about solving this problem? So the first thing I want to write here is our formulas. N permutation R is what? N factorial divide subtract n minus R factorial. Now for combination, N combination R is what? Our N factorial subtract these two n minus R factorial, okay, and multiply R factorial. So now that we've been able to write out the formulas, we are going to apply the formulas. Now the next thing I want to show us is if I have 3 factorial, this means 3 multiply 3 minus 1, okay, 3 minus 2, 3 minus 3 factorial, which we can write as what? 3 times what? We have 2 times what? 1 times what? 0 factorial. Remember, your 0 factorial also means what? 1. Alright, so if I also say n factorial, it means we are going to start with n, then we are going to say n minus 1, okay, n minus 2, n minus 3 factorial. Just like we have our 3 factorial. So you see, when we say 3 factorial, you're multiplying 3 by 2 by 1, it descends along the numbers. Alright, so that applies to when we say n factorial. So we start with n minus 1, multiply by n minus 1, multiply by n minus 2, multiply by n minus 3, and so on and so forth. So now that we have this, now let's apply, these to get what n permutation 3 means, what n permutation 0 and n combination 2 means. But let's start with this. Now for n permutation 0, it simply means if we use the formula, we are going to have n factorial divided by what? So this is n minus 0, just like we have n minus r, so n minus 0 factorial. So we have this as n factorial divided n minus 0 is to n, so n factorial. Now since both of them are the same, they can cancel out, which is 1, 1. So 1 divided by 1 is still 1. So I want to keep that somewhere, okay? Our n permutation 0 give us 1, okay? Now let's solve the next one, which is our n permutation 3. So n permutation 3 is simply going to be, using this formula, is going to be n factorial divided by what? N minus 3 factorial. First, you want to write n and you subtract these 2, so we want to write our n factorial and subtract these 2. Now that we have that, we can now, simplify further. Remember, our n factorial is all this. Alright, so I want to put in place of n factorial with all this, so I have n, okay, multiply n minus 1, multiply n minus 2, multiply n minus 3 factorial. So all this divided by what? N minus 3 factorial. Now for observe, this is common, so this can cancel this. So we are left with n in bracket n minus 1 in bracket n minus 2. So it means our n permutation 3, okay, is equal to what? We have n multiply n minus 1 and multiply n minus what? 2. Okay. Now that we've written that somewhere, now let's also work on that of what? Combination. So our n combination 2 is going to be using the formula. We have n factorial divide n minus 2 factorial multiplied by what? We have our 2 factorial. So this is going to be, I want to also include the value of n, but this time I'm going to stop here because n factorial can still write as n multiply n minus 1 and multiply by n minus 2 factorial. Okay, so wherever you stop, if you move n multiply n minus 1, if you're stopping here, you put your factorial here. If you're stopping here, you put your factorial here. If you're stopping here, you put your factorial. So our n factorial still means all this to divide by. Now, why did I stop this? Because I have n minus 2 factorial at the denominator. Okay, so that I'll be able to cancel out. Now, 2 factorial simply means what? Our 2 times 1. Okay, so now this can cancel out this. So we are left with what? We have our n, okay, combination 2 as what? We have n multiply n minus 1 divided by 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, so now that we have all that, we can now substitute all that into this, expression. So let's substitute it and see. So we are going to have our n permutation 3 is this. So I have it as n multiply n minus 1 multiply n minus 2. Okay, so we have divide. I can put over 1 to representing this. We have divide. Let's express it this way. So divide n combination 2, which is this. So I have n multiply n minus 1 divided by what? 2. Now plus what? We have plus. Okay, and permutation 0 is 1. So it means all this means this. So we can simplify this further by saying n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 divided by 1. This will change to what? Times this will go up, and we have this coming down as the denominator, applying the rule of what? Division. So we have all this plus 1. Now let's observe this and this is common here, right? So it means this can cancel this and this can cancel what? This. So we are simply left with what? Our n minus 2 multiplied by what? 2 plus 1. Now what would that give us? So we are going to say 2 times what? N, which is 2n, and 2 times minus 2, which is minus 4 plus 1. So finally, this is going to give us, we have our 2n, and minus 4 plus 1 is going to give us minus 3. So this gives us the answer to this simple problem. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, do well to subscribe and share this video to someone out there. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.